Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wildcat Gym. Getting ready for Game 3 of the 2021 district basketball season between the Lovington Wildcats and the Portales Rams. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us this evening. Both teams at 0-2 on the district season and looking to wrap up round one of district, or the first half of district, with a win, which would keep playoff hopes alive. I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. As we mentioned, both teams 0-2 in district. Lovington, two heartbreakers in the district games so far, but a chance to get it back on track. They are 2-4 on the year. They got a huge win on Saturday right here at Wildcat Gym against the visiting Clovis Wildcats, a 5A top 10 team. They won 64-57. Everything finally seeming to come together for the Cats in that ball game on Saturday. In that game, it was led by Kobe Sandoval. He had 19 points to lead the way for the Lovington Wildcats. 12 of those coming from beyond the arc. Also in double digits, 13 points for Tayton Hilliard and 11 points for Jared Jeffrey. The Cats did really well from the line, 15 of 21, and really balanced scoring throughout the game with the exception of a very, very slow start. Cats really helped by the three-point shot. Clovis left them an awful lot of looks, and they took them. So let's see, we mentioned Sandoval, 12 of his from beyond the arc. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 three-pointers in that ball game for Lovington, really making up the difference. This is a team, if you give them the looks, they are not afraid to take the shots, and if they get hot, they can really start storming back. What was really impressive for the Wildcats was the defensive performance. They pressured, they got in Clovis's face, didn't give them any room to breathe. They only forced 13 turnovers in that game, but they only committed 9. So it was an extremely clean game from that perspective on Saturday afternoon. One thing the Cats are really still going to have to work on and be concerned with is rebounds. They were out-rebounded in the ball game, 38-25. It was a much closer affair in the second half. Matter of fact, second half of that game, Lovington's rebounding looked and was a lot better. Just in the second half of that ball game, your rebound totals for Lovington was 15, and it was only 11 for Clovis. So, doing much better on the boards, and part of doing better on the boards is really what led them to get the win in that ball game. So, going to be interesting to see what adjustments that Coach Casey Pack has made and how they're going to come out and fare against a big rival in the Portales Rams. Quick sporting note for you tonight. Other Lee County scores coming in before this ball game. Of course, the Lovington JV boys were in action. They fell to Portales 76-52. There was an incredible half-court shot, though, for Lovington right at the buzzer. That was an awful lot of fun. Lovington softball also opening their season today as they took on the Hobbs Lady Eagles in Hobbs. We had that game on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington knocking off Hobbs in that one to open the softball season, 7-4. Great job by Dawn Morgan covering that game for us on the on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington girls tonight are on the road. They are in Portales. And so best of luck to them. You can see that game exclusively tonight at HobbsAmerica.com. Our video and audio coverage of the Lovington girls tonight being provided by our friends at Rooney Moon Broadcasting in Portales and the Portales schools. We appreciate those folks helping us out, because we're stretched a little thin tonight with baseball or rather with softball season starting. So we appreciate the Portales schools and our friends at Rooney Moon up in Portales agreeing to help us out on that one. Again, the Lady Cats game just getting underway, and it is available at HobbsAmerica.com exclusively tonight on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. 2-minute timeout. Come back and continue. This is the Wildcat pregame show on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of this third district battle for both of these teams, the Lovington Wildcats and the Portales Rams. Good evening, I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight. Thanks for being with us wherever you are around Lee County and West Texas on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Also listening in on the Z94 KZOR app and at the Z94 page at oneradiosquare.com. And, of course, watching live free of charge tonight wherever you happen to be and wherever they'll let you on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please give us a subscription. We would certainly appreciate that. Also on the Lovington Sports tab at hobbsamerica.com. And we can bring you these video casts free of charge because of great sponsors and people who make it possible, like the good folks over at Nowell Pharmacy, who also sponsor the scoreboard, Devon Energy, Empire Services, and the Lovington Schools. Also, couldn't do this without our friends at the First American Bank, General Welding Supply, and the Lee County Electric Cooperative. Also, of course, can't forget the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, great sponsors, and also sponsoring the Lovington Auto Supply Wildcat Napa Know-How Wildcat Halftime Show. And, of course, the Jamesons, great friends of the station, and Lovington, especially Lovington Sports, good folks over at Bob's Thriftway. We couldn't provide this service to you free of charge without their help and support, and we certainly do appreciate them, and we appreciate you listening and watching wherever you happen to be tonight around New Mexico, West Texas, and around the world now with video streaming capabilities, of course, for the video streaming on any device, on either YouTube or hobbsamerica.com. Also on your smart TVs. If you have it YouTube enabled, you can also get the Boxcast app on your television and search out the games. Easier probably just to go to YouTube. Of course, TDS with YouTube enabled TVs on a lot of the cable packages. Another one that we've got at home through TDS, YouTube enabled, so you can watch it that way too. But however you are watching or listening tonight, we appreciate you being with us. We will take a timeout for the national anthem and the introduction of the teams. Come back with the tip-off. This is Wildcat Basketball on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of this district matchup tonight between the Portales Rams and the Lovington Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Your starters tonight for the visiting Portales Rams, who come in under head coach Ricky McBroom, are 1-4 on the year, 0-2 in district. Their starters tonight will be number 10, Dason Davis, number 12, Chandon Neese, number 14, Josiah Tellez, number 15, Kenovan Bailey, and number 24, Graydon Rigsby. Starting five tonight for your Lovington Cats, just as we have come to expect, it'll be number 3, Kobe Sandoval, number 4, Jared Jeffrey, number 5, Isaac Henson, number 10, Adam Aguilera, and number 11, Tayton Hilliard. So that'll be your starting five tonight for the Wildcats. Of course, we'll see significant time for Ortiz and Olivas both, especially in the post after this game gets going. So if the Cats can take care of the ball like they did on Saturday and force some turnovers, do a better job on the glass, should get in the win column here in the district season. Lovington wearing the home white uniforms with the blue letters and numbers. For visiting Portales, they are in the road blacks with the red letters and numbers. And here we go. We are underway from Wildcat Gym. Full court press is on as they will move it around and get it to Bailey. Bailey will feed it underneath, and a wild shot put up by Tellez won't fall, and the ball will go out of bounds. Last touched by Lovington. Of course, in COVID world, there is no jump ball anymore because of COVID concerns, and it'll be Portales basketball just underway here in the first, as it'll be Bailey looking to inbound it. He'll toss it in underneath to Tellez, who puts it up off the left glass, and it is up and good. And so Portales strikes first as they take the lead 2-0. So now it's time for the Cats attack. Using up the dribble as he crosses the timeline. It's to the top of the arc is Hilliard. Hilliard to Henson, back to Hilliard. Gets a screen from Ortiz, who checked in almost immediately, and an air ball put up, and it will go over to Portales. First turnover of the game for Lovington. So a 2-0 score here early as Davis will inbound and then immediately get it right back. He will run the point for the Rams as they bring it into the front court, and a long two-point shot put up by Neese. That one won't fall, but the rebound is going to be made by Tellez. His push shot no good, and coming back the other way are the Wildcats as the rebound made by Jeffrey. He gets it to Ortiz. Now over to Sandoval, who hands it off to Jeffrey, then to Hilliard. Hilliard will back it up and just reset things with 6:55 to go as they go into the deep right corner with Henson. Henson picks up the dribble. Now he'll get it to Hilliard. Hilliard going to drive the left baseline. Kick it over into the right corner for Henson. Three on the way, and bang! Isaac Henson starts the Cats scoring with the three ball, and Lovington goes up early here 3-2. So back down comes Portales into the front court. It'll be Davis working against Sandoval. Uses up the dribble, and I don't know where he thought he was passing it, but he throws it out of bounds, but last touched by one of the Wildcats, so it'll stay Portales basketball. I guess that's one way to get it in deep. So Bailey to inbound it from left of his own bucket from my perspective. He'll toss it into the post for Rigby, who immediately gets collapsed in on by a couple of Cats, puts up a wild shot, and somehow he got a fingertip on that and puts it up and in on the rebound. And so he gets the rebound and the points, and it'll be 4-3 now. 6 minutes remaining here in the first, as into the front court come the Wildcats, as working it with Henson. Now to Hilliard. Then into the right block with Ortiz. Tosses back out to Henson for three, and bang, off the glass. Isaac Henson has found the range, and Lovington goes up 6-4. 5:51 remaining here in the first. Still early in the going of this district matchup. And so it'll be Rigby. He'll pull the three-point trigger, and he'll make that one go. The big boy got some ups. And it's 7-6 now in favor of Portales. Would you really expect anything different from these two squads? As it'll be Sandoval in front of the Portales bench. Takes it over where he works against Neese. Is going to be forced back out. Gets it between the rings. Over to Jeffrey. Jeffrey to Hilliard. Three ball on the way, and the rebound going to be brought down by Bailey. As Bailey will trigger it down the other way with Davis, and will come down, and the ball is going to be stolen away. Nice job by Hilliard to get it away. Feeds it forward, bobbled for just a moment. Now the Sandoval in the right corner for three, and it is in and out. Rebound made by Jeffrey, his second. To Henson in the left wing, and bang! Are you kidding me? Isaac Henson, 3 trays in the ball game, and Lovington is up by a score of 9-7. Back down comes Davis for Portales. Gets it out to their big boy Rigby. He'll keep it, picks up his dribble, tries to get it into the high post, and a foul going to be called as Sandoval. Nope, no foul, or are they going to foul? Yep, they are going to call the push, the over the back on Sandoval. Just going in, trying to get that ball away from Kenovan Bailey. So it'll be his first personal and the first team foul. So Ortiz will check out, and Olivas will check in for Lovington. So Bailey to inbound it from right of his own bucket for Portales. He throws it deep to Davis. Still in the offensive zone, and we'll have a travel called as they fed it off. Didn't catch that young man's number, but it is the second turnover for the Portales Rams as Coach Casey Pack giving some quick instructions to his squad. And we are ready to go as inbounding it from in front of the Lovington bench will be Jeffrey. He'll get it to Hilliard, who throws it to Henson. Left corner for three. That one is off the mark. Scramble for the rebound, and it'll be Dason Davis who comes away with it. So back down comes Portales, and a shot up by Davis, and it is good. So it'll be 9-all as Lovington will bring it back down for the Wildcats. That was Hilliard to Jeffrey, back to Hilliard. Out on him is Hightower to Henson, right wing for three, and bang! 4 trays in the first quarter. And Lovington, at least early, is lighting it up from the outside. So it'll come to Rigby, gets it inside, and tries to get it to Bailey. Loses the handle on the basketball, but last touch by Lovington. Good hustle play by Henson to try and keep it in. Lovington leading 12-9, 3:50 to go. Here in a fast-moving first. Some subs checking into the game for Portales. We'll reset the lineups for you here in just a minute. So they'll inbound it to Rigby at the free throw line. Takes it. Now he'll go over to the left corner for Bailey. His shot up won't go, and the rebound going to be made by Tellez, and he is going to be fouled, or did they call the jump ball? Yep, they called the foul before the jump ball, and they're going to call the hold on Olivas. So, yep, it'll be on Olivas, his first personal. That'll be the second team foul. It'll stay Portales basketball. As Bailey looks to inbound it, gets it to Davis, who gives it right back to Bailey in the left corner. He spins as he goes into the left block, and he will put it up and in, and he is fouled. Kenovan Bailey, his first bucket of the ball game, makes it 12-11, and Portales with a chance to tie it up from the free throw line. First trip to the stripe for either team tonight. So Bailey puts up the and one, and it is good. He gets three the old-fashioned way. So we are tied at 12, and it'll be Lovington ball. They'll get it to Henson. Back to Hilliard near midcourt. Bounce it over in front of the bench to Sandoval. He'll hippity-hop into the lane, pull up from about 15. Put up the floater, no good, and the rebound going to be made by Bailey, his second. Again, Lovington needs to do a better job on the glass. Davis almost loses the basketball. Bailey will come back and save it under pressure from Jeffrey. Bailey keeps it, hands it back to Davis, and Portales will reset with Rigby. Rigby top of the arc, gets it over to Brown, who just checked into the ball game moments ago. Now into the right corner, almost stolen away. Bailey will keep it, pull the three-point trigger, and it is good. Kenovan Bailey with the tray for Portales, and they take the 15-12 lead. Back down for the Cats. Henson to Hilliard in the front court as Hilliard will set things out. Sandoval trying to find a little space. He'll get a screen from Jeffrey and pop the shot on a three-pointer. No good, and the rebound by Davis. He'll feed it down to Brown, and the ball is going to be stolen away by Henson. Henson to Hilliard, who will lay it up and in with the left hand, and good. Hilliard, his first points of the ball game. And Lovington will make it a 15-14 ball game. And the ball will go out of bounds. Not sure who last touched it. We'll see as Olivas will check out. Ortiz will check back in for Lovington. Also coming in, Joey Villalobos for the Wildcats. They're going to say last touch by Lovington. So Bailey to inbound from in front of the student section. Gets it into Rigby in the block. Now out to Brown, right corner for three. That one is going to be off the mark. Ball is loose, and the rebound made by Ortiz. Down come the Wildcats. Jeffrey to Henson, left corner for three, and that one is off the mark. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Rigby, the big boy's second. He'll leave it off for Davis. Or pardon me, that is Ontiveros, who will run the point now for Portales. On Taveros. Tosses out to another player checking into the ball game. That is going to be Garcia. They try and get it to Bailey. He'll take it, and he'll be partially blocked by Jeffrey. Nice job by Jeffrey. Pretty even matchup. Jared probably giving up about an inch, maybe two to Bailey. Henson will check out, checking in his place for the Wildcats. Coming, it'll be Javier Contreras as the inbounder Rigby from just in front of the free throw line puts up a shot. No good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They will call the push. That'll be the fourth team foul. Not sure who they whistled that one on. So it'll put Brigsby at the line, no matter how you look at it, to shoot two. Our score. Shot is up, and that one is no good. Rigby misses the first. They have it 17-14 on the board. I have it 15-14 in the book. I'll do some quick math here, which is always a dangerous thing, as Hilliard will check out. And checking in his place, Javier Contreras back in. Actually, Contreras never checked out. Second shot for Rigby is up. That one in and out, no good, and the rebound going to be made by Jeffrey. That is his third. So it'll be Lovington basketball coming down the court. And leaving it off for Mason Enriquez. And he'll get it to Villalobos, who is going to be blocked by Rigby, and it'll go into the corner, and it'll wind up in the hands of Quadale Brown. So Brown brings it down for the Rams, leading 15-14. To Bailey, top of the arc, into the high post for Rigby. A little turnaround from 12 won't fall, and a fight for the rebound, and Lovington basketball as Ortiz will come down with it, and then he is going to be fouled. They're going to call that one on Brown, his first personal. That is just the first team foul on Portales. 1:11 to go here in the first. 15-14, Lovington in the lead. Running the point will be Enriquez into the front court. So he's going to bring it between the rings and set the offense. It's a little screen from Ortiz. Picks up the dribble, will get it to Villalobos in the left wing. He'll toss it out to Ortiz. Now over to Enriquez. Enriquez to Contreras to Jeffrey in the left side, and Jeffrey going to get fouled. They're going to whistle that one on Neese. That'll be his first personal, second team foul. It is on the floor. 45 seconds to go here in the first half. They have it 17-14 on the board. I have it 15-14 in the book, so we'll double check on that as Enriquez will get the inbound, and they'll move it around with Villalobos. Villalobos trying to find a little room to work, goes between the legs, and works it over to Enriquez on the near side. Enriquez with Neese on him. Bounce pass underneath to a cutting Contreras, and up and in. That was a nice give-and-go play for Javier Contreras. And I have it 16-15. They have it 17-16 with 18 seconds to go. Brown underneath to a backdoor cutting Neese, and that one is up and in, and that'll make it 17-16. Yep, as they don't change the board this time with 4, with 3, with 2. Enriquez going to have to pull the trigger, figure something out pretty quick. Gets it to Jeffrey near midcourt. He'll put up the shot at the buzzer, and it is off the iron and no good. So we have played one from here at Wildcat Gym. It's a good one. Portales 17, Lovington 16 on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard. Back in 60 on Z94 KZOR. Here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Lovington trailing Portales 17-16. It will be Lovington basketball as we start the second quarter. And again, I apologize for the somewhat shoddy camera work. I am flying solo tonight. Coach McBroom wants to ask a question about something. He had the whole time between the periods. He could have asked. So now they're going to get the officials together and discuss something. So not sure what they want to discuss here. So again, they may be asking about, I believe it's Mason Enriquez. Because I don't believe that he was on the original roster that we were given. But the officials say, all good. It's on the official. Maybe not on the one you copied, but it was on the game time one, so we're good to go. So starting five on the floor for the Wildcats, who trail by a point, 17-16 underway here in the second quarter. They'll hand it off to Sandoval. Actually runs into Jeffrey, trying to find a little room. Henson, NBA three from the right wing, and bang! 15 points for Henson. Where did that come from? And Coach Ricky McBroom says, okay, we're going to talk about it. 7:38 to go first half. Lovington 19, Portales 17. We're back in 30 on KZOR. Out of the Portales timeout after the 15th point, all on trays by Isaac Henson. Lovington leads 19-17. Back here at Wildcat Gym, the Cats put on the full court press to Rigby. Full court gives it to Neese. He's going to drive it just inside the free throw line, put up a little 15-footer. Not going to fall on the rebound, going to be brought down by Henson. Henson will trigger it down the other way to Jeffrey. Jeffrey to Sandoval, but traveled before. Not sure, maybe he shouldn't have just kept going with that one. Third turnover for Lovington, and it'll give it to Portales. Cats going to keep the full court press on. Just a quick note, Adam Aguilera tonight was a late scratch. As to Rigby, to Bailey, who'll take it to the left block, and he'll put up a little 12-foot floater from there. It is good. Kenovan Bailey with 8 points in the ballgame. 19 all as the Cats will bring it down into their offensive zone. Sandoval runs the point, gives it off to Jeffrey. Top of the arc for three, and bang! Jared Jeffrey with the tray. Lovington living beyond the arc here in the early going. 22-19, a minute gone here in the second. They work it over to Neese. He'll pull a three-point trigger from the left side. That one is high off the back of the iron. Rebound by Tellez. His putback won't fall, and it'll wind up being in the hands of Henson. Henson going to take the rebound, go coast to coast, put up a shot, no good, and it'll wind up with Bailey. And so Portales taking it down. Lovington has to take advantage. To Rigby, trying to get it underneath to Tellez, and that one is going to be stolen away. Nice job by the Cats. They'll give it off to Jeffrey, to Sandoval, who works around, takes it into the paint, gives it to Jeffrey in the left paint. He'll drive it up and count the bucket and the foul. Jeffrey gets the score, and he will head to the line for three the old-fashioned way. So 24-19, Lovington in the lead, and Jeffrey at the line. It'll be the first trip to the line tonight for your Lovington Wildcats. Jeffrey with 5 points, trying to make it 6. Bends the knees, eyes it, skies it. It is off the mark, and Tellez will come in with his fourth rebound, but immediately stolen away by Hilliard to Sandoval. Right wing, bang! Kobe Sandoval drains the tray, and Coach McBroom says, all right, let's talk about it some more. 6 minutes to go, first half. Lovington 27, Portales 19. We are back in 30 here on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Gym, as Coach Ricky McBroom is asking, what's the number of that three-point trunk that just hit me? Well, it's named Henson, Jeffrey, and Sandoval. The Wildcats lighten it up from beyond the arc, and they lead 27-19. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan will be joining us here momentarily as the full court press is on, almost stolen away. They'll get it out as Bailey will take it over and get it into the front court. And then stolen away by Henson, but they are going to whistle Henson for the foul. Or no, they're actually going to whistle Bailey on that one, so it'll stay Lovington basketball. Hi, Dawn Morgan.
Hey, hello. Quick trip up from Hobbs after Lovington-Hobbs softball. Lovington winning that game 7-4.
Yes, they did, and so Henson into the front court off of the foul. He'll take it himself, left-handed and up and in for Hilliard, his 4th point of the ball game. And Lovington stretching it out. Full court press is on, but getting a little bit tight. And the whistle going to be on Hilliard, his first personal, 4th team foul on Lovington. They're up by 10, 29-19, 5:38 to go here in the first half as Bailey. Well, now Bailey decided, nope, I'm going to let Neese inbound it. So Neese will inbound it from the near side. He'll toss it to Davis in the backcourt. As Davis will take it across the timeline, and Portales will set their offense. High pass, Neese will control it. He'll take it into the paint, put up a 10-foot floater. No good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Hilliard. That is his second. As they move it back around, it'll be Lovington basketball. Hilliard controls. He gets a screen, takes it into the right block, picks up the dribble to Henson. Now over to Villalobos, left corner for 3, and that one is going to be off the mark. And it is Bailey with the rebound. Got to block him out. That's his 4th. Feed it down to Neese, and he is blocked by Henson. Nice job there by Isaac. He is having a heck of a ball game.
Wow.
That's his 2nd block of the game, and Coach McBroom going to send in a whole new set of fresh legs minus Bailey.
Yeah, nice clean block by Henson, showing his athleticism there. Man, he's put on a 3-point shooting show this game as well.
Yes,
I was listening to the game driving in.
As the inbound will come in, that'll be to Clatterbaugh, and he'll get it into the corner. 3 on the way for Bailey, no good. And the ball off of the hands of Rigby and out of bounds. It'll be Lovington basketball. So it'll be Wildcat basketball. Some Cat reinforcements checking in. Of course, a late scratch in this ball game, Adam Aguilera. Certainly hope he's okay. He's not on the bench tonight.
Glad to see Sandoval in. He went out with a foot injury late in that last game.
As we'll come into the front court with Hilliard. He gets a screen from Olivas. Now they'll work it to Villalobos to Jeffrey in the right corner. Jeffrey drives it in, gets it underneath to Villalobos, misses the point-blank shot, and the rebound is going to be brought down by Brown. That's his 2nd. Brown tosses the Clatterbaugh into the front court for the Rams. Clatterbaugh uses up the dribble, bounces to Brown. From just inside the arc, 15-footer won't fall. Fight for the rebound, and Clatterbaugh with the rebound, and he'll put up a shot, and he will get the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, I believe he's going to be fouled by 14.
That'll be Villalobos.
Villalobos.
His first personal, 15 foul on Lovington. So Clatterbaugh heads to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. 29-21, Lovington in the lead as Contreras will check in for Villalobos for the Wildcats. Clatterbaugh bends the knees, puts up the and 1, and that one will be off of the mark. And the rebound going to be controlled ultimately by Hilliard, his 3rd.
Yeah.
Nice job, though, by Jeffrey to save it.
Absolutely.
And keep it in Lovington's hands. Jeffrey to Hilliard, Tatum across the timeline at the Big Cat. Bounces it over in front of the Portales bench to Sandoval. Sandoval gets a screen. Portales comes through it. They are not going to give him much to do as Hilliard 3 on the way. That one off the mark and over the backboard, and it'll go over to Portales. An entertaining first half to be sure. A 3-point shooting show put on by the Lovington Wildcats. So it'll be Portales basketball. That is Clatterbaugh. He's going to run it in and leave it off for Bailey, who drives it in off the left base. No good. And the rebound by Jeffrey, his 4th.
A nice grab by Jeffrey.
Jeffrey will keep it himself, drives it in, and he'll just take it in. And are they going to call the block? Yep, I think they are. They're going to call the block on Rigby. Wow, they actually call the push foul on Quandale Brown. That'll be his 2nd personal, 3rd team foul. And will put Jeffrey at the line for 2.
And Jeffrey was driving in all the way on that. Didn't see any sign of a handoff or pass off at all. He took it all the way.
First shot up for Jeffrey, and it is no good. Jared's had his troubles from the line this season. He's gotten better the last couple of games. He's shooting up around 60% now. but he's 0 for 2 in this one.
Well, he'll get another shot at it here.
We'll bend the knees, put it up, and Jared buries that one. And it'll make it 30-21, back up to a 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Cladaball will get the inbound for Portales, and he'll set Coach McBroom's offense. Lovington picks him up almost immediately, almost stolen away.
By Sandoval.
And they'll get it to Brown. Brown is Sandoval on him very quickly. He is everywhere. Now back to Cladaball. Henson will pick him up. Hilliard comes over to help. And Rigby, he's just so big, he's hard to find. And so that'll come over to, that's Ontiveros, and Ontiveros is going to get fouled. Just getting a little bit too tight on the defense. Tatum Hilliard, his second personal, 6th team foul. Actually, that's the 7th team foul. I missed one somewhere, and so that'll put Portales in the bonus, and it'll put Adrian Ontiveros at the line for the 1-and-1.
Before he committed that foul, Tatum was trying to pick off one of those passes, got a hand on it just barely.
First shot for Ontiveros is up, and he'll get the front end of the 1-and-1. So now Portales collectively 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 30-22 the score, 3:13 to go in a fast-moving first half. Ontiveros got the first to rattle home. Puts up the second, and with the high arcing shot, it'll go down. 30-23, Lovington in the lead as the inbound will come to Hilliard to Henson, left wing for 3, and that one is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, and Henson going to come up with it himself. So back over, Jeffrey will control it. He works against Brown, drives in, and slips on the floor, and turnover number 4 for the Wildcats. Just hit a patch right there or something, and the feet kind of went out from under him.
Right, he was getting some pretty good pressure on him, though, by Brown. Brown, yes.
And so Cladaball will get the inbound to Ontiveros. Thinks about the 3. He'll get it back out to Cladaball. Cladaball tosses it over, and that will be stolen away by Henson as Henson takes it coast to coast and lays it in.
Wow.
Henson putting on a show in the first half. He's got 17.
And a nice steal right there.
Cladaball bounces it near side to Garcia, gives it back to Cladaball as they cross into the offensive zone. Ontiveros thinks about the 3, dribbles through traffic, loses it off of his foot, and is now going to get tied up. Possession arrow, though, will stay with the Rams.
Still a good job there, tying that up, reaching in and tying that up, keeping it from being just another drive to the basket there by Portales.
Julian Arroyo will check in for the Wildcats.
And our number 34.
Our number 34 is Olivas.
Thank you. I get Ortiz is right there with him. I think Ortiz is 33. And either he wears 32 or 33.
I think he's 33 tonight.
Olivas is 34. So I know they're both muscle. They're both big guys, and they both play. When they're on the court, they play tough.
So it'll be Neese to inbound it for the Rams from left of his own bucket. Kind of think they're going to try the high one into Rigby. Nope, they don't. They get it into the corner for Davis. Davis back to Neese in front of the Lovington bench. He'll pull up from 15 left side. That one not going to fall. And the rebound going to be made by Olivas, his first. Olivas to Arroyo to Henson, and they're on him a lot tighter since the three-point shooting show. Arroyo tries to bounce it, and that one is going to be stolen away. 5th turnover for the Wildcats. Davis will feed it down, and a travel going to be called on Rigby. And that'll be the 7th turnover for the Rams. On him very tight was Henson.
Yeah, I think he really kind of forced that that stutter step. So good tight defense by Lovington in this one.
32-23, Lovington up with 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. As it'll be Hilliard into the front court, gets a screen from Olivas, and will wind up handing it off to Sandoval. Sandoval backs it up. Now NBA 3 right side. That one is going to be short, and the rebound is going to be brought down by Brown. That'll be his 3rd. As Brown will leave it off for Neese, who brings it across for Portales, and the ball going to be knocked away by Sandoval. Neese thinking about passing it, but was knocked away by Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe just punched that ball, actually, put out a fist and punched that out of bounds into Coach's hands there.
As Ortiz will check out, Olivas will check back in, almost stolen away on the inbound.
By Hilliard.
As they'll get it over to Garcia, he'll toss it to Brown in the right corner with Henson on him. He'll pull the trigger on a three-pointer, high arcing shot. It is an air ball and right into the hands of Sandoval. So Sandoval will trigger it down for the Cats. Hilliard to Sandoval. He drives in, takes it hard to the rack, and he's going to get fouled. Question is going to be on Garcia, or is it going to be on Brown? And it'll be on Brown. That'll be his 3rd personal. Well, they're saying 6-team foul on Portales. I only had it as their 5th, but I've been known to miss a penalty or 2. So Sandoval at the line to shoot 2. First one for Kobe is up, and it'll rattle home. He's got 4 points in the ball game. 33-23, back to a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. Checking into the game for Portales will be Josiah Tellez, as Olivas will check out and Jared Jeffrey will check back in.
I think that says Ortiz, 33, checking out for Lovington, 33. And Jeffrey back in.
So Jeffrey, Henson, Hilliard, Arroyo, and Sandoval on the court for the Wildcats. Tellez, Garcia, Rigby, Davis, and Neese on the floor for the Rams. $1:22 to go here in the first half. Lovington up by 10. Second shot on the way, and Colby makes them both. He's got 5 in the ball game. 34-23, Lovington in the lead. Full court press is on. Arroyo almost knocks it away. Rigby will be there to save it. He'll get it back, and we'll have a travel called as trying to get around tough pressure from Jeffrey. Davis slid the foot. That'll be the 8th turnover for Portales.
And once again, I think that turnover was as a result of that good defensive pressure by Lovington.
So Jeffrey will get it in. He'll toss it to Hilliard. Gets it to Henson. Gets it to Arroyo in the left corner. He'll take it, pick up the dribble, get it to Jeffrey. Thinks about the NBA 3. And now he'll use up his dribble. Long cross-court pass. He'll come near side to Henson. Henson thinking he's going to hand it off to Hilliard. A little miscommunication and a fast break down for Davis, and nobody there to guard. Davis with 4 points in the ball game, so a little miscommunication, an error caused. And Lovington still up, though, by 9. You don't want to let this team back in. 40 seconds to go. Arroyo to Jeffrey, right corner for 3, and bang! Jared Jeffrey, his second tray of the ball game.
Beautiful how they set that up. And Jeffrey was left open in that right corner. Beautiful.
37-25 to Rigby in the front court. They'll get it to Neese in the right corner. Neese will take it around, gets bumped, no call. Bounces inside and off of the hands of Rigby. That'll be the 9th turnover for Portales. Lovington up by 12. They see if they'll play last possession here with 17 seconds to go first half and up by 12.
Once again, I think that turnover was forced by Arroyo. Was really tight on defense there. And, yeah, just forcing Portales to be looking kind of the wrong way.
The inbound will come into Sandoval. He'll take it into the offensive zone. Gets a screen, drives it in through the lane, puts up the left-hand scoop. But, he traveled. Took one too many steps. 7th turnover for the Wildcats, which will give it to Portales. The Davis will toss it to Neese. Is Lovington going to drop back in defense? Neese into the front court with 3, with 2. NBA 3 on the way, and a bad foul going to be called. Lovington has a tendency to really get in the faces of those shooters, and they're going to whistle the 3-point foul on Isaac Henson, his first personal 8th team foul, but it will put Neese at the line to shoot 3. This is probably the 3rd time we've seen that this season.
And just a bad foul. That shot was going to go long and was going to be pulled down, as it was by Jeffrey, and just a bad time for that.
Top of Coach Casey's head, about the same color as the red on the Rams uniform, as Neese will get that one to roll home. He's got 3. Now he's got 2 shots left and 3 points in the book. So the second, as Neese will put it up, and that one will go home.
He's making them pay for that mistake, and less than a second left on the clock. That's what's another bad thing about this one.
3rd on the way for Neese, and he gets all 3 of them. So with less than a second, Jeffrey will toss it to Henson, who gets it forward to Arroyo, but he can't get the shot off, even though he made it. It was after the buzzer. So we head to halftime here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington on a 3-point explosion is up 37-28. We're back in 2.5 minutes for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Wildcat Halftime Show on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Gym, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa Know-How for your car from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. 37-28, Wildcats in the lead on the Nowell Pharmacy scoreboard. Taking a look at the numbers in the first half, we will start with the visiting Portales Rams. Kenovan Bailey with 8 points and 4 rebounds in the first half. He is the leading scorer. 5 points for Chandon Neese, 5 points for Graydon Rigby, although Neese should really only have 2, but he got those late 3 free throws on really a bad foul by Lovington. But hey, moving on. Can't worry about it. 4 points in the books for Dason Davis, then a bucket for Adrian Ontiveros and a bucket for Josiah Tellez. Leading rebounder for Portales is Tellez. He's got 4. Bailey also with 4. Collectively as a team, 16 rebounds for Portales in that first half. From the free throw line, Portales went 5 of 8. 9 turnovers in the half. They get 17 in the first, 11 in the second. That's how they get to their 28 on the board. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, Isaac Henson with a 3-point shooting show. He hit 5 trays in the first half. He's got 17 points total. Jared Jeffrey with 9 in the first half. Then you got 5 in the books for Kobe Sandoval, 4 for Tayton Hilliard, and 2 for Javier Contreras. Henson and Jeffrey each with 4 rebounds in that first half. 15 collectively as a team for your Wildcats. They go 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. 16 in the first, 21 in the second. That's how they get to their 37. They turn the ball over 7 times in that first half. So Lovington doing what they need to do. And this is just me. I love the three-pointer as much as anybody. Maybe more so than some people. But if you live by the 3, you die by the 3, and you cannot rely on all of those three-pointers like they got in the first half. You had 7, 8 three-pointers in the first half for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's amazing, though. But it's nice to see Henson had his share, but he wasn't the only one popping those threes. But when they're hot, they're hot. And if they stay hot all game, that's great. That's great. But if some adjustments are made by the other team, they get a little tight defense on you, you're not getting open to take the threes, or if you get open just long enough but you rush it a little bit, you're not going to, they're not going to fall for you, or they might quit falling for you. So as you said, you hate to just depend on the lead in the game or the win in the game on those three-pointers because of that. But if we can continue to keep everybody hot shooting those threes, that's not a problem. It's exciting. It's great basketball, to be able to watch them, gearing up, keying up, and then popping those threes. It's awesome. But again, you can't abandon your inside game. You can't abandon your moves and your inside game for that. And we're not saying that Lovington will or is, but again, you've got to really work, all aspects. If they're hot, they're hot. If they start cooling off on the three-point range, then you got to go more to your inside game, which Lovington is perfectly capable of. They've got, they can post up and get the ball in. I heard on the way in, I heard some good give-and-go action as well, and layups by Lovington. So, it's just it's a matter of what's hot and what's not, and what you've got to do to keep the lead as they have, which is what they want to do. When they come back out.
Well, it certainly is. Of course, with the size of Portales, Lovington is just not as big. They've got Brown, Bailey, and Rigby, who are all large human beings that can really clog up your lanes. So Lovington is going to have to take advantage more of their speed. They don't have the length and the size that Portales has. And so far, with the outside shooting, it's been fine. But I think Coach Casey needs to find a way to use their speed to their advantage and get them around the trees and get them better looks at the basket.
And maybe cutting in, maybe also crisp, sharp passing to keep the ball away from Portales, to stay ahead of them in order to work somebody in a little bit closer or from mid-range. And Lovington's capable bit of that as well. They are quick, and they can work it inside or outside if they need to.
And of course, without Adam Aguilera in the ball game, a late scratch in this one. They're down one of their point guards, so some other kids seeing some time. Be interesting to see how they step up in the second half. So.
And it is good to see Sandoval back in the game, though. He came out late in that game, and the last one that the boys had played, and we didn't know what that would mean. But apparently, not a bad enough injury to keep him out. We're thankful for that, and good to see that Kobe was in there and one of the starters in the game as well.
Yes, he was. So that's been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Hey, your car is going to need the Napa Know-How. Get it from Lovington Auto Supply. 37-28 on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard. Lovington up by 9 as we get ready for the second half. We're back in 90 seconds for the start of that second half here on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of the second half on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard. Lovington up 37-28 with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing tonight. And great to have you with us wherever you are around southeast New Mexico, West Texas on Z94 KZOR, Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, the Z94 live stream tab at oneradiosquare.com, and of course watching free of charge thanks to our great sponsors on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on the Lovington tab at hobbsamerica.com. So it'll be Lovington basketball up by 9 as we start this second half of action, and the starting five is on the floor for the Wildcats, and it'll be Hilliard to Sandoval, gets a screen from Jeffrey. We are underway into the right corner. Hilliard for three, and that one is in and out, and Jeffrey comes out of nowhere and gets clobbered off the rebound. He'll be fouled, and it should just be on the floor. It'll be on Davis, his first personal, first team foul of the half on Portales, and yeah, it is just a floor foul. I didn't think he would get to shoot on that one, but I was right. So it'll be Sandoval to inbound from right of his own bucket. Toss it in high and get it over one of the trees to Tayton. So Tayton will toss it around to Sandoval. Sandoval picks it up, goes to Ortiz. I'll fix it in just a minute as we'll get around to Hilliard. Hilliard will drive in. Hippity hop, picks up the dribble, leaves it off for Jeffrey. Right corner for three, and that one is in and out. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Neese. So trigger it forward for the Portales Rams, as Neese will drive it up and give it off to Davis, and he'll underhand scoop it up and in. Davis has 6 points in the ball game. 37-30 as striking first in the half is Portales. To Sandoval, takes it to the free throw line, now steps out, and he's going to be partially blocked but gets his own back. Now into the corner, three on the way for Hilliard, and that one is in and out. And Neese will pick up his second rebound of the ball game. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. As leaving it off for Davis, he'll toss in the fastball to Tellez left side, and he is going to get fouled by Henson going up. That'll be the second personal on Isaac. First team foul on Lovington, the push called, and Tellez to the line. First trip for Tellez this evening. to the charity stripe. Portales has come out, and Lovington has not even really tried to go inside here early in the third. Tellez first is up, and it's good. He's got 3 points in the ball game.
And Lovington with a couple of three-point attempts, missing both of those.
Second is up for Tellez, and it's good. He's got 4 points in the ball game. So Jeffrey will inbound to Hilliard, and Tatum will run the point. Bring it into the front court for the Wildcats. 6:45 to go in the third. Goes behind the back. Tatum works against Davis. A little bit more pressure now from Portales as Jeffrey picks up the dribble. Henson, right corner for three, and that one is off the mark, and Tellez with the rebound, his fifth. Tellez to Davis, who brings it into the offensive zone for Portales. To Bailey, left corner, his three ball on the way. It's an air ball, but right into the hands of Tellez, and he'll travel before he gets the shot up, and that'll be the 10th turnover for Portales. Lovington dodging a bullet right there.
But the Rams cutting into that Lovington lead, just up by 5 now, and Lovington's shooting has been cold coming into this third quarter.
37-32 on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard. Lovington up to Henson from Hilliard. Gets a little screen, he'll drive in, and they are going to call the offensive foul on Henson.
Henson, yeah.
So they're going to call the charge on Henson, his third personal, second team foul, and it'll be the 8th turnover on the Cats.
And that's going to mean Henson going out of the game, sitting the bench for a while, as in a bit of a foul trouble.
Villalobos will check in for the Cats to take his place. Just 2 minutes gone here in the third. And a no-look pass, somehow Bailey gets away with it. And he'll get a little screen from Rigby. He'll throw the fastball into Rigby in the low post. His point-blank shot, no good, though. And the rebound finally going to be controlled for Ortiz, his third. Ortiz will leave it off for Tatum, who'll bring it across into the front court. To Sandoval. He'll drive it to the right base. He'll leave it off for Villalobos. Left corner for three, and that one is in and out. And Davis will bring down the rebound. And a whistle sounds away from the basketball.
Timeout.
Nope, we're going to have a push foul called on. They're going to whistle that one on Ortiz. His first personal, third team foul on Lovington.
Wow.
Yep, and Ortiz is there. And, they are going to call.
Technical.
Boy.
That's why there was a T. That's why I thought it was a timeout at first.
Yeah, it is a technical.
He teed him up right away.
Must have said something, and so Neese will shoot the technicals, and it is up and in. So Neese, a perfect 4 of 4 from the line, gets the technicals, and of course, Portales will get the ball back as he gets them both to fall, and it'll be Portales basketball. So ouch, the technical foul hurting the Cats. They're up by 3, 37-34 on a bit of a scoring drought. Have yet to score here in the third quarter. 5.5 remaining here in the third.
Well, they've got to find their offense again and find it quickly and try to get back up. Portales is knocking on the door.
As they're going to bring the official over, they want to ask a quick question about something. And, yep, just double-checking. Whatever it was, they're good. So it'll be Bailey to inbound, and it'll be stolen away. Nice job there by Hilliard. Hilliard will leave it off. Give it off to Jeffrey off the save. Into the front court from the steal. Back to Tatum, who will take it into the right block. To the elbow. Now a little fake. Jeffrey to Villalobos. Joey circles it around, and he'll leave it off for Tatum. He'll drive into the right block, pull up from there, and the jumper in and out. We can't buy a bucket right now, and Rigby has his third rebound of the ball game.
And Portales is cleaning off the glass and denying Lovington second looks.
And good pressure throwing it away out of the hands of the big boy Rigby, and out on the end line, it'll go over to Lovington. It's not as if Portales is playing just a whole lot better right now.
No, but they're managing to keep Lovington out of the paint inside, and Lovington's outside shooting has gone a little cold.
And the pass is going to be knocked away by Neese, and it'll go out of bounds, intended for Sandoval. I know that sounds like a football play there, but that's what happened on the near sideline. So it'll be Sandoval to inbound. Portales has gone into a tight man. Hilliard needing to tie the shoes. I'm liking those shoes, the same color as the ones I'm wearing tonight, actually. Believe it or not.
Well, I like the looks of the student section over here. The students are all standing up, and I haven't seen that. I haven't noticed that.
They have done that, yeah. Until we score, they're not sitting down.
Yeah. Kind of borrowing a page from Hobbs's book on that. Hobbs fans, the Hobbs students do that.
Coach McBroom was on the far side giving an earful to one of the officials about something. He's good at that. he's enjoyable to watch. Oh. And the inbound is going to be stolen away. Ninth turnover. And Davis, he's going to get his pocket picked just again. And coming away with it, the 2 straight turnovers. And Hilliard will go hard to the floor. And they're going to say a foul. Coach McBroom's like, nope, it's a travel. No, it's a foul, Coach. Believe it or not. It's on Graydon Rigsby. Rigsby, pardon me. That'll be his first personal. Second team foul on Portales.
So Lovington with possession back, and they need to try to turn this into some points.
Yes, they need to do that indeed. To Sandoval. Takes it to the top of the arc. Leaves it off for Hilliard. Tatum will drive in, reverse layup, no good. It is off the glass, and the rebound by Neese. Neese will keep it himself into the front court for Portales. To Bailey, to Davis, to Rigsby at the free throw line. His shot is up, it won't go, and the rebound is going to be made by Davis. Gets it back out to Neese. NBA 3, top of the arc. That one is in and out. Ball gets swatted, and it is loose on the floor, and it'll go out of bounds. And last touch, they're going to say by Neese. It'll be Lovington basketball.
As Hilliard put a slide on there and got across and tried to get a hand on it. It's a good thing he didn't, though.
And as they say, business is picking up around here.
Yeah,
at
definitely.
least the intensity business. And so Lovington, though, on about a 5-minute scoring drought as we hit the halfway mark of this third period.
They have got to break the ice here.
Hilliard to Jeffrey in the front court. NBA 3, top of the arc. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Rigsby with the rebound, his fourth. Rigsby will leave it off into the backcourt for Claddabaugh, who brings it into the front. Picks up the dribble, hands it off to Neese. Neese to Bailey, right side. Thinks about shooting the long jumper, thinks better, bounces it underneath to Rigsby. Bounce down on Olivas, partially blocked and into the hands of Matthew. Matthew will leave it off for Tatum, and the Cats will come back the other way.
Good defense by Olivas there, denying any room and then getting the ball.
3:40 remaining in the third. Jeffrey takes it in. Hippity hop and runs through the right side of the lane, and finally the ice is broken. Jeffrey with 11. 39-34, 3:24 remaining in the third. Rigsby almost loses it, gives it back to Claddabaugh right off the top of his head. But he keeps it. Now they'll give it to Neese. More than an NBA 3 on the way. Bailey with the rebound. That'll be his fifth. His putback won't go, and it'll go out of bounds, but last touched by a hustling Jeffrey and not able to control, so it'll stay in the hands of Portales.
Jeffrey with so much momentum, he just rides it on up into the bleachers.
So it'll be Bailey to inbound from the left sideline in the offensive zone for Portales. He'll toss it in, get it to Claddabaugh right near the timeline in front of the scorer's table. He'll get a screen from Rigsby, but picks up his dribble, and he's going to get tied up, and it'll stay Portales basketball. They've got the possession arrow.
Nice by 14 and 30 there, reaching in and tying that ball up.
Nice job by Villalobos and Caldillo, who just checked into the ball game. So the inbound will come from Bailey. Bailey high inbound to Rigsby off of his hand. Somehow he saves it. He'll get it to Claddabaugh as he's going to get picked up by Arroyo, who just checked in. Back to Bailey. Drives it on the left base. Pushes off on Jeffrey. No call, and he'll get the roll and get it to go. He's got 10 points in the ball game. 39-36, a 3-point lead for Lovington. 1 point as much as 11. Now down to 3. Hilliard to the front court, gets a screen from Caldillo, gives it back to Michael. His little push shot from point-blank range, no good, and foul going to be called on Caldillo, trying to go and get the rebound. Instead, went over the back there of Claddabaugh.
Yeah, I gotta applaud the hustle and the desire there for that rebound. Still, offensive rebound.
So Claddabaugh will lead the offensive charge for Portales. He'll give it to Brown between the rings, as he's going to get picked up by Hilliard. Hilliard stays with him as he goes to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper from there, no good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Hilliard, his fourth. He'll get it forward to Villalobos. He'll drive it in, and Claddabaugh runs over him and count the bucket and the foul.
All right.
Claddabaugh didn't get the feet set, and Villalobos is in the books, his first bucket of the ball game. He'll go to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way with the and one.
They have not put the points up yet on the board. There they go.
There they go.
Waiting to move my score bug as well.
Well, you got to give Coach down there a minute. I mean, he's still celebrating the win over Hobbs on the softball field.
True.
Shot is up for Villalobos, and his shot won't fall, and the rebound is going to be brought down by Portales, and that's going to be on Taveros. On Taveros to Brown in the left wing. Tatum will pick him up, get it to Claddabaugh. Claddabaugh drives in underneath to Rigsby, who turns around from the low block, and his shot won't go, but Brown comes through traffic. His putback won't go. Rigby with the rebound. His putback won't go. Bailey with the rebound. It won't go. And the ball will finally go out of bounds, and last touch by Lovington. We cannot buy a rebound right now, cannot buy a break.
4 looks at that basket.
Yes.
4 looks by Portales.
Yeah, just absolute wow.
And on the 5th,
and they're
it
talking.
turns into a.
They're talking
turnover.
about. So I don't know what they're talking about
I
over
don't
there.
know. The refs have their heads together.
And so they're going to go over and talk to the scorer's table. I mean, I think we touched it last, and I think it should be Portales basketball. And yep, and so some subs going to check into the ball game for Lovington. Contreras will come in for Jeffrey. Heading in for Portales will be Garcia. He goes in for Bailey, and it'll be Garcia to trigger it in. He gets it to Brown in the deep left corner. Contreras on him very tight. Brown under pressure, drives through, puts it into the paint, puts up a shot. He's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2, and they're going to whistle that foul on Arroyo. Julian Arroyo, his first personal, 5th team foul on Lovington, who lead 41-36 with 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. Brown, his first trip to the line tonight, has 3 rebounds, but has yet to get in the scorebook. As his first of 2 will go up and it'll go in. Pardon me, he's got 4 rebounds and now 1 point. As Henson waits to check back into the ball game. 41-37 in favor of Lovington.
I think he made that one just because you said he wasn't in the scorebook yet.
Probably so, because he misses the next one, and Hilliard will fight with Olivas. He'll come down with it, gets the rebound. They'll get it over to Villalobos into the offensive zone, back to Tatum. 96 seconds to go here in the first. Hilliard near side as they work it to Arroyo, to Contreras, to Villalobos. 3 on the way, and in and out as the rebound by Ontiveros, his second. Again, we can't buy a bucket.
Lovington pretty sure he traveled.
And they're going to say that he was bobbling, so no travel, no possession. And that'll be a long 2-pointer put up by Brown, 17 feet. And it's now 41-39. We have got a ball game. 60 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 41-39, Lovington up. As it'll be Hilliard who'll take it coast to coast off of a screen and drives and is fouled. Whistle going to be against Claddabaugh, his first personal. That's just the 3rd team foul on Portales. And so it'll put Tatum at the line for 2, his first trip to the stripe tonight.
And Hilliard, had enough of a body in his way that I think he just couldn't go up high enough for that layup to get it to finish as he was fouled.
First shot for Tatum as he banks it off of the glass. That's exactly what they put that little square up there for. And he makes it. He's got 5 points to go along with 5 rebounds as Jeffrey and Henson will check back into the ball game for the Cats. Henson, Hilliard, Olivas, Contreras, and Jeffrey on the floor for the Wildcats. So Hilliard got the first and misses the second, and Ontiveros with another rebound. He's got 3. 42-39, a 3-point Lovington lead. Under a minute to play in the third. Davis to the front court. He'll drive it hard. Puts it off the glass. No good. And the rebound going to be made by Tellez, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2, and the hold going to be whistled on Contreras. His second personal, 6th team foul, and that's going to put Portales in the bonus the whole fourth quarter. Ouch.
Yeah, that's...
Tellez 2 of 2 from the stripe, and make it 3 of 3 as he gets the roll over the front of the iron.
Back down to a 2-point lead by Lovington as Sandoval checks back in and Olivas goes out.
So Contreras, Sandoval, Henson, Hilliard, and Jeffrey on the floor. Tellez now with 5 points and make it 6 as he gets both of them. 42-41. Portales is chopped into it. Lovington has gone ice cold here in the third quarter. Now it'll be Hilliard to Sandoval, NBA 3 left side, and that one is off of the mark, but the rebound going to be brought down by Contreras, but the ball is loose, and it'll be kicked around and finally into the hands of Portales to Ontiveros, and his shot is up, not going to fall, and that'll be Hilliard with his 6th rebound. Hilliard feeds it down to Henson, who tosses it to Jeffrey in the high post. Ooh. He'll put up a push shot from 5, and it's good. Jeffrey now with 13 in the books, 44-41. 10 seconds remaining in the third. Davis drives through, puts up a shot, and the block foul going to be called on Henson. And that's quickly his fourth personal. He's going to have to sit again for much of the fourth quarter, and Portales in the bonus from here on, and Davis to the line for two.
Tough break for Lovington, but somebody's got to step back up and to fill that role. Henson, of course, is one of the starters, one of the key elements to Lovington's game.
In foul trouble the whole second half. Is going to have to sit again for much of the fourth quarter. And as they say, ball don't lie, as Davis will miss the first. The Lovington faithful wanted a charge there, not a block. Didn't get their wish, but Davis misses the first, so the score stays 44-41. Just under 8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Second shot up for Davis, and that one somehow will rattle home. 44-42 with 7 seconds to go. Hilliard to Jeffrey at the buzzer for three. In and out, are you kidding me? And the rebound by Bailey before the buzzer. As we go to the fourth, it's Lovington 44, Portales 42 on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard. We're back in 60 for the fourth on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Start of the fourth quarter, Lovington up 44-42, but Portales on fire in that third quarter, chopped into a 1.11-point lead as it'll be Sandoval to Jeffrey. Jeffrey will keep it himself to Hilliard. He'll drive through the lane, and he is going to be blocked but fouled, so that'll put Tayton at the line for two as they're going to whistle that one on Bailey. His second personal, fourth team foul. Lovington held to just 7 points in that third quarter. Ouch.
And I can see what Lovington is trying to do in since Portales is keeping him out of the paint and their shooting has gone a little cold.
Hilliard's first is up, and it is good. He's 2 of 3 from the line. Of course, big story in this one, no Adam Aguilera out tonight, and Isaac Henson, who lit it up in the first half with 5 3-pointers, has been in foul trouble. Second shot is up, and it's good, 7. So Lovington strikes first in the fourth, 46-42. It'll be Garcia for Portales, gives it off for Davis, tosses to Bailey in the right elbow. He cycles around, gets it over, and they'll keep it alive with Garcia. Garcia to Bailey, who drives the right base. His shot is up, no good, and Davis will have his fifth rebound, but then he will throw it away. But last touch by Jeffrey, and it'll be Portales basketball. The Cat faithful not liking that one at all. Neese will toss it in, as that'll be to Tellez. Tellez to Bailey, who puts up a little leaner, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. And the whistle going to be against Damian Ortiz, just his second personal, but the 8th-team foul. Of course, Portales is in the bonus for this whole fourth quarter. It won't matter here because it's a 2-shot foul, but they're just 2 away from them all being 2-shot fouls. So Bailey at the line. He's 1 of 1 from the stripe and make it 2 of 2. He's got 11, leads the charge for Portales.
Now, Lovington just kind of barely holding off Portales in that third quarter, and now they've really got to catch fire here in the fourth.
Second one is up, and Bailey gets them both. So it'll be 46-44. 45 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. Hilliard to the front court, gets a screen. He'll toss it out to Sandoval. Sandoval to the free throw line, picks up the dribble, needs some help. He'll have to toss it back out, and they'll reset it with Jeffrey. Jeffrey to Tayton. He'll throw it into the right corner. Sandoval for 3, and bang! Thank you! finding the range. 8 points for Colby. They needed that one to break the ice. 49-44, and the ball going to be stolen away by Tayton Hilliard. He'll start it on the run the other way and lay it off the right glass and up and in for Tayton. He's got 9 in the ball game, and timeout taken by Coach Ricky McBroom. 6:44 remaining in the ball game. It's Lovington 51, Portales 44. We're back in 60 on KZOR. Out of the Portales timeout, Lovington's gone on a run to start the fourth. They lead on the Now Pharmacy scoreboard, 51-44. Portales basketball. Lovington got a little bit of pressure on. It'll be Neese to run the point. Villalobos will pick him up right before he hits the timeline. He'll cross over right before the 10 count. Into the corner for Davis, trying to get it on the high element. Somehow they get it through to Bailey. His shot will go up and good. Got it through the Lovington defense and put it up, 51-46. Henson to the front court for the Wildcats. Henson takes it right side, uses up the dribble. Villalobos drives in on the right base, tries to get it into Olivas, but loses the handle on the basketball. 11th turnover for the Wildcats. Neese turns on the Jets, comes back the other way for Portales, loses the basketball. It is loose on the floor, and it'll be turned over and into the hands of Lovington, who then give it right back. Oi! Though tossing it over to a wide open Tellez, who will bank it up and in. He was just pretty much bird dogging under there, waiting for somebody to control it.
Wow.
51-48 now. Lovington still up by 3. Does Sandoval turn around, tray and bang from the right wing. Sandoval now with 11 in the ball game.
Good.
He's found the range.
Yeah, and good time for that. 2 trays now in the space of a couple of minutes.
And to the free throw line with Tellez and wipe off the shot. It'll be a foul on Ortiz. That'll be his 3rd personal, and it will put Portales at the line for the 1-and-1. Sub's going to be checking in for Lovington as Ortiz will check out. Checking in his place will be Julian Arroyo. And coming in will be Cladaball for Portales. Josiah Tellez at the line. He's a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe. It should be the 9th team foul on Lovington. And this officiating crew talking about some other stuff. It should be the 1-and-1. Coach McBroom wants 2 shots. Just the 9th foul, Coach. You've been doing this a long time. Of course, I have known Coach McBroom to win some of these arguments. And now Coach Casey Pack going to get involved. It'll be Tellez at the line, no matter how you look at it. And just some questions as to what's happening. And so they're going to move back and send out Arroyo, and they're going to send in Javier Contreras. So I'm not sure what the questioning was there. It will be a 1-and-1. They have signaled that. So Tellez heads to the line where he'll shoot the 1-and-1. Tellez first is up. He gets the front into the 1-and-1. He's got 9 points. 54-49 here in the 4th quarter of action. 5.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Tellez with the first. Eyes the second. Will put it up, and that one is going to be off the mark, and the rebound going to be brought down by Michael Caldillo. Caldillo's first in the game. Gives it to Hilliard. Hilliard to the free throw line. Now goes into the right paint. Kicks it out to Sandoval. Sandoval cycles around. He'll go through the paint, and he is going to be fouled from behind. I believe that's going to be on Rigsby. Nope, they're actually going to whistle that one on Bailey. That'll be his 3rd personal, 5th team foul. And it should put Kobe at the line for 2. Yes, it will. And Sandoval 2 of 2 from the line. He's got 11 points on the evening.
You got to think when Sandoval started traveling through the lane,
First shot is up for Kobe, and it is good.
that he might have thought there was a better than 50-50 chance he was going to be fouled before he could get that shot off.
So it'll be Olivas checking into the ball game. Caldillo will check out. At the line is Sandoval. Made the first. He eyes the second. Sandoval puts up shot number 2, and that one is going to be off the mark, and the rebound going to be made by Rigsby. That's his 6th. Rigsby will leave it for Cladaball in the backcourt. And Contreras will pick him up as he crosses the timeline to Tellez to the right base. A little leaner from 15. Not going to fall, and Jeffrey will come away with it. Jeffrey to Tayton. Hilliard to the front court. He'll take it coast to coast. Lay it up with the left hand. No good, but he's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. That one should be on Rigsby. Yes, it will be. His second personal. 16 foul. I like that the Cats have started attacking the basket.
Yes, and they're going to the hoop, and that's great. But sometimes you got to think it's be nice to see that layup finished. Then you get the and 1 or and 2.
Tayton's first is up, and it's good. He's got 10 points in the ball game. So now 3 Cats in double digits. 4 Cats in double digits, excuse me. Contreras will take into the front block with Jeffrey.
Yeah, I like to see that aggression. They're driving right into the lane.
Hilliard's second is up,
Go
and
it.
it's good. Not the prettiest one you'll ever see, but we'll take it. It counts. 57-49. Lovington has somehow stretched it back up to an 8-point lead. Bailey goes behind the back and picks up the dribble as he hits the left block. Hands it off, and a travel going to be called on Neese, who just got a little ahead of himself. 16th turnover on Portales. So it'll be Lovington basketball, 4:45 to go here in the ball game. And an 8-point lead, 57-49 on the Nell Pharmacy scoreboard. To the front court, they'll bounce it over to Sandoval. Sandoval works against Neese. Gets a little room, he'll kick it over. Hilliard thinks about the 3 from the left corner, thinks better of it. Now back to Sandoval. Gets a screen from Contreras. He'll take it, uses up the dribble to Jeffrey. Jeffrey free throw line, takes it left lane, and he's going to be blocked with authority by Bailey. Out of bounds, but it'll stay Lovington basketball. Clean block from Bailey. Credit where, oh no, they did whistle the foul on Bailey. So that'll be, if I'm not mistaken, his 4th. And it'll put Jeffrey at the line for 2. Jeffrey with 13 in the ball game and make it 14. He's now 2 of 4 from the free throw line. As Brown will check into the ball game, he'll come in for Tellez for Portales. Contreras, Jeffrey, Hilliard, Olivas, and Sandoval on the court for the Wildcats. As you've got Davis, Rigsby, Neese, second shot on the way, and that one is off the mark, and Rigsby will have his 7th rebound of the ball game. Rigsby leaves it for Davis, who gives it to Bailey. Bailey just going to bounce it around. Jeffrey picks him up very tight to the free throw line with Rigsby. Olivas going to be there on him. To Davis in the deep right corner. Takes it to the baseline underneath to Brown. No room to work, and Lovington tries to time up, and a whistle going to sound, and they are going to call a 3-second violation, and so turn it over 17th time for Portales. It's Lovington basketball. Nice job there for them to play that clean and to stack them up in the 3 seconds.
Very good defensive pressure by
Halfway
Lovington.
Point, and the full court press is on, and the foul going to be called on Portales, getting just a little bit antsy there, and they're going to call the push foul on Rigsby. That'll be his 3rd personal, 7th team foul, and that will put Lovington in the bonus for the rest of the ball game. They actually have them with their 9th team foul. Maybe I missed a couple somewhere. It's been known to happen. Well, Matthew Olivas at the line. They're going to say he's shooting 2. I think he should only be shooting the 1-and-1. They're double checking. Olivas shot up, and it is good. He got the front into the 1-and-1.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the official signaled 1-and-1. So he made the front end of the 1-and-1. So he's in the scorebook for tonight. Second shot for Matthew. That one is going to be off the mark, and the rebound going to be brought down by Ontiveros. That's his 4th. Ontiveros will spin around and give it to Davis in the backcourt. Now to Bailey in the front court. He works against Jeffrey. Takes it to the high left block. Still dribbling. Little spin move. Goes in and leans into Jeffrey and puts up a shot. Jared going to get whistled for the foul. First personal on Jared for tonight. It'll be the push foul, and Bailey will head to the line for 2. I don't like seeing that little players. You see it, and I don't like it when we do it either. lean onto a player to try and get a foul. I don't think they ought to call that really, but it's not the way the rules of the game work, as Bailey will miss the first. Score still 59-49 Lovington, 3:42 to go. Seems like you're trying to draw the foul. Second shot, that one no good, but it'll be Rigsby with the rebound. Rigsby to Ontiveros, picks up the dribble, and it gets held onto by Olivas. He managed to spin away from it. Lovington faithful not liking it. Second personal on Olivas.
Olivas was reaching in, trying to tie it up, I think. He was trying to either tie it up or take it away, and he got hand instead of ball.
So it'll be Ontiveros at the line for two. He's 2 of 2 from the stripe. 3:36 remaining in the ball game. Shot up for Taveros, and it is in and out, no good. 59-49. Ontiveros 2 of 3 from the line. Bends the knees, eyes it, skies it, and that one is off the mark, and the rebound going to be made by Jeffrey, and he is going to get fouled immediately. Looks like Coach McBroom has decided he is going to turn this into a free throw shooting contest, and if I'm not mistaken, that'll be foul number 5 on Kennevan Bailey. They have it as 4. Yep, okay, they changed it to 5. So Kennevan Bailey will foul out of the ball game with 14 points and 9 rebounds. So that's a big loss for the Rams as Bailey will foul out of the ball game.
59-49, Lovington leading with 3:35 left to play.
Jeffrey at the line. He's got 14 points, and he missed the first one.
However, he's been missing the first, making the first and missing the second, so now maybe he'll reverse that here.
Maybe both teams in the double bonus. Got to think maybe just the way the Coach McBroom often plays, he may really try and turn this into a free throw shooting contest. He misses them both, and it'll be Rigsby with his 9th rebound of the ball game. Rigsby to Davis. Portales brings it into the front court. Rigsby goes into the right block. He'll put up a little floater from 10, no good. And Jeffrey fights and gets the rebound, his 8th, but then loses the basketball off of his foot. And so that'll be turnover number 13 for the Wildcats.
Good fight for the ball, just bad turnover.
So it'll be on Taveros to inbound from in front of the Portales bench. He'll get it into Rigsby. Rigsby to Davis. Out near center court. Now back to Rigsby just inside the arc. Uses up the dribble, and he moved the pivot foot. And that'll be the 18th turnover for Portales.
Really good pressure on him, but right behind him trying to block cleanly was Olivas.
Oh, it'll be Lovington basketball as a little pressure applied now. Trying the trap pressure. Hilliard and Jeffrey playing catch. Jeffrey back to Tayton. To the free throw line with Olivas. Now to Sandoval. Going to take it on the right baseline. Into the left corner for Henson, who is back in the ball game. Jeffrey goes through, but dribbles it off of his knee and out of bounds. 14th turnover for the Wildcats. Both teams got a little case of the dropsies right now. So the score remains 59-49. Lovington trying to get this one put in the books and put to bed. Get their first district win. Toss it around to Ontiveros. Tries to feed it in and knocked away by Henson. Nice job getting over there. Good hustle play by Isaac to knock that one away.
It's going to stay Portales ball, but still, it kind of broke up the play, the momentum of that play for sure. Now they have to toss it back in. Lovington with another chance to steal it away or interrupt the play.
Ontiveros to inbound from left of his own bucket. He'll toss it in, and 5-second violation called. Great pressure by the Wildcat defense. Forces turnover number 19 on Portales.
Still just a 10-point ball game and 2:38 left to play. Lovington has really got to take care of the basketball. Don't turn it over. Try to increase their lead a bit here.
Pressure still on in the backcourt. It'll be Hilliard. Works against Ontiveros to Jeffrey. Jeffrey into the front court. Gets bumped. No call. To Olivas. Now back to Hilliard. Hilliard will take it on the left side into the corner for Jeffrey. Jarrett will cycle it out. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go and a 10-point lead for Lovington. They can afford to run a little clock here, up by 4 possessions. Hilliard drives in, has a look, and gets the bucket and the foul. Went through the lane and gets the bucket. Tayton Hilliard drives it home, and he'll go to the line for the and one. Foul going to be whistled on Davis, his second personal. That is the 10th team foul, so Lovington now in the double bonus. So Hilliard at the line where he is 5 of 6 on the evening. As Tellez checks back in for Portales, also coming in is Garcia. Oh, Hilliard at the line. Puts up the and one, and it is good. He has made his last 5. He's got 14 points in the ball game. 62-49. Lovington stretching the lead back out to 11. Ties their biggest of the ball game. To Tellez, 7-footer. Not going to fall in a fight for the rebound, and it'll be jump ball, and it'll stay Portales. We hadn't got one of those all night.
Jeffrey doing a really good job of coming down with that and tying it up immediately.
Rigsby.
Yeah.
I don't know why I want to keep calling him Rigby. I've got to put the S in there. The inbound will come to Neese in the deep right corner. His shot is up, no good, and it'll be Tellez with the rebound, his 6th. The putback won't go, but he gets his own rebound. Ball is loose on the floor, though, and scooping it away. Somehow coming away with it is Neese. Neese to Garcia.
But precious seconds are clucking off for Portales.
Inside to Rigsby and going to be pushed away by Olivas, but they're going to get him for the reach in. That'll be his 3rd personal, and it'll put the big boy at the line to shoot 2. He is 0 of 2 from the stripe. But you're right, precious seconds for Portales' point of view. Click off the clock.
62-49, Lovington leads, 1:43 left.
Rigsby's first is up, and it is off the front of the iron, then falls over to the right side. No good. Coach McBroom going to be sending in some subs. 2nd is on the way, and Rigsby will get that one. He's got 6 points in the ball game. 62-50, 12 points for the Wildcats. Well, up by double digits with 103 seconds remaining in the ball game. As Ortiz will check back in for Olivas. Full court press is on to Hilliard. Got bumped, no call. I think Coach McBroom is going to start playing mugging ball here in just a minute. So into Sandoval in the front court. Gets a man off of his feet and tosses it over to Hilliard. Hilliard works it around, still going to keep working. Clock under 90 seconds remaining in the ball game. A 12-point Lovington lead. Toss it over to Sandoval in front of the Lovington bench, where he'll hold on against it. Little reach in by Davis. No call, and Davis will reach in that time. And the foul going to be called, and it'll send Hilliard to the line. Be the 3rd personal on Davis. And so Hilliard back at the line where he'll shoot 2. But they ran a lot more clock, about 30 more seconds coming off the clock right there, Dawn.
Yeah, that was a good job by Lovington to get the ball out of the backcourt and then hang on to it, pass it around, and eat clock.
First one is up, and that'll roll home. He's made his last 6. And he is 7 of 8 from the stripe here in the second half. And in the game, too, for that matter. 15 points in the ball game for Tatum Hilliard. He'll put up the 2nd, and it rolls home. 63-64-50, a 14-point lead, biggest of the game for the Wildcats. Davis to the front court, tries to get it into Tellez. It'll be knocked away, but into the hand of Rigsby. To Neese, 15-footer from the right wing. That one won't go. And the rebound going to be brought down by Ortiz, his 4th. Ortiz to Jeffrey, and then a foul going to be called. And they're going to whistle that one on Taveros. That'll be his 1st personal.
Nice job by Lovington, keeping that out of the hands of Portales against a pretty impressive defensive pressure there.
Jeffrey having a rough night from the line. He does have 14 points. He is 2 of 7 and make it 2 of 8. So Jeffrey again shooting about 60%, and it looks like Coach McBroom going to run up the white flag and send in the bench players, as Jared just can't buy one from the line tonight. Tellez has his 9th rebound of the ball game. They'll throw it down to Neese, who feeds it inside to Rigsby. Turnaround jumper from the left block. Not going to fall. Ball loose, and it'll be Rigsby with his 11th. He'll turn around from 12 that time. His shot won't go, and Hilliard will come away with it, and then he's going to be fouled, and so Tatum will take the long walk down the court as Coach McBroom has raised the white flag with 41 seconds remaining in the ball game, and we'll send in the substitutes.
All 5 players coming in off the court, new players coming on.
And they're going to say that actually Portales had the ball and that it was an offensive foul. So 64-50, a 14-point lead to Henson, who led the charge for the Cats in the first half. Had to sit much of the second because of foul trouble. But a lot of the Cats having great nights. And, I think we're going to have a foul there. As going hard to the ground with Sandoval, you hate to see that. Whistle going to sound. They're going to call that one on Damian Pierce. That'll be his 1st personal. Of course, with Kobe wearing that ankle brace tonight, looks like.
He is. And, I really just noticed that black brace outside of his sock. And that was the right ankle that took the brunt of that fall.
First one up for Kobe, and it is good. 65-50, a 15-point lead. Give credit to Portales. They have not quit, and they battled back all through this game. They actually led after the first quarter, and then they charged back in the third quarter, and Kobe's going to get both of them, and he's going to come out of the ball game, and Villalobos going to check in for him. 25 seconds remaining, 66-50. The score is not indicative of what this game has been as the Lovington fans scream, "Don't foul." Elijah Gomez bounces it into Hightower. Hightower to Cadaball. And a ball right, almost a backcourt violation, and that one is going to be stolen away. 20th turnover with 7 with 6 as Jeffrey to the front court is just going to dribble it out with 3, with 2, with 1, and the Lovington Wildcats victorious tonight. Our final score on the Knoll Pharmacy scoreboard, pardon me. Lovington 66, Portales 50. The Cats improved to 3-4 on the year and 1-2 in district. We're back in 2 minutes for your Wildcat postgame show on Z94 KZOR. Thank you. What's wrong, Evie?
Thanks for your texts, Evie. I got those during the game and after, and I appreciate it. I didn't have time. Yeah. I didn't.
Whenever I heard you fix the little, I guess it was kind of like a whining sound.
Yeah.
As soon as you said, "I think I fixed it,"
Yeah.
Immediately I texted you, "Yay, you fixed it."
Yeah. I realized what was going on, that I left it up, and so. But I appreciate it, and I appreciate your feedback, and I just didn't have time to be able to reply back to you for anything. So, and I knew you were busy anyway with your hands full, lots of games going on.
Yeah, Ty, apparently I guess Ty didn't do nothing, but he finally got on air, so.
He finally figured it out?
The middle of the fourth quarter on air.
Okay.
And if you listen to the video, you can even hear where Ron said that he was busy doing other things and didn't think to check it. So that's on the video where you can go back and look at it.
Okay. Well, good information. Good to know. Good to know.
All right.
Okay. 66-50 final.
30.
Okay.
But yeah, after Ron checks the video stream, he put, "I thought TJ assigned you to check our video streams." So I just told him, whoever's running the board is in charge of that game stream, because I'm covering for others. For example, I was covering Dawn, Allen, and Steve, plus backing up TJ all at once. And I'll screenshot the text messages and send them to you.
That's fine.
3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball on Z94 KZOR. Apparently our folks on our stream just got a little behind the scenes stuff because I forgot to kill the stream. So all good. Hey, and it's all good for the Wildcats tonight as Lovington victorious 66-50, getting in the win column in district. Just taking a quick look at the final numbers for your Wildcats tonight. 4 Cats in double digits, led by Isaac Henson with 17 points tonight. All 17 of them coming in the first half. Got in a little foul trouble in the second, but still 17 points leads the way. Tayton Hilliard took over in the second half. He finishes up with 16 points on the ball game. 14 for Jared Jeffrey, 14 for Kobe Sandoval. 2 points for Javier Contreras, 2 points Joey Villalobos, and a point in the book for Matthew Olivas. Lovington, only 7 points in the third quarter. Wasn't the prettiest thing, but they came back and scored 22 there in the fourth quarter. Leading rebounder tonight was Jared Jeffrey. He had 8, but Lovington as a team collectively only 28 rebounds in the ballgame. Talked about that in the pregame show. Got to clean the glass. They didn't get enough. Well, they got enough tonight, but were out-rebounded 47-28, just for comparison's sake. A little bit shaky from the line, 16-27. So a little bit better than 50%. You'll take it. Turn the ball over 14 times. More importantly, though, you win where it counts, which is on the Knoll Pharmacy scoreboard, to 50. So final thoughts in this one, Dawn, before we wrap this one up and get ready for a Friday night on the road for the boys and here at home for the girls against Artesia to open the second half of district.
Well, great to see the Lovington boys basketball with some momentum coming, 2 wins. And I think that, they're really playing much better basketball. They came into this season looking really sharp, I thought. And, they just keep being able to make those adjustments. And they were able to play their game and control this tonight, even though they had a little scare by Portales late in the game. Still, was exciting, good basketball, and just hope that they take the confidence and the momentum from these wins now, this one, and the last one into their next game.
That is the hope. Of course, the next game will be Friday night from the Bulldog Pit in Artesia. We'll be on the air about 6:45 or as soon as the JV game is over here on Z94 KZOR, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and also on the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Dawn, you'll be here same time with the friendly confines of Wildcat Gym for the Lovington girls as they welcome in the Lady Bulldogs. That'll be available on the Noalmark Digital YouTube channel. I'm trying to remember what all these YouTube channels are going now. The Noalmark Digital YouTube channel, and also on the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com.
And congratulations again to the Lovington softball team for their win today, defeating Hobbs 7-4 in Hobbs. And of course, we'll continue to, the priority will be basketball games when there's a conflict, but to be able to start working in the softball and the baseball as possible among all the other games as basketball, winds it down or winds up, I guess I should say. It's not winding down, it's winding up to a big finish and getting closer to that. But good luck to all of our athletes still playing. And, congratulations to those who have finished their games for tonight.
Well, absolutely. So with that, we will put a wrap on it. Lovington and Portales have a good one. Lovington pulling away late to win 66-50. For Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noalmark Digital, One Radio Square, and Z94 KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody.